Hello and welcome back to Soulcreek. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after, I believe, Alex had a little sparring match with Taki, and Kais was there, Loken was there, most of the whole village was there, watching them, getting a little scared because Alex is apparently very proficient with his spear, although that's technically because Bide was helping. But we are also seeing some interesting things happening with Alex, where he he obviously was very traumatized by what happened to him, by his memories of the past, and we saw it when he was dabbling with the glyphs, with the alien language, and he seems to be um, lashing out, being paranoid, being a little too aggressive, a little too eager to fight. And that was shown when he quote unquote won, saying like, "Oh yes, I won. I showed them that I'm strong. I showed them that I can defend myself, that I'm not going to let them burn me." But then it was like, "Oh wait, no. Bide was the one that was helping me win." Um so we can start to see a bit of cracks forming within Alex's psyche, I guess. Mm, Maybe it's the residual effects of glitch. Who knows? Anyways, so yeah. Without further ado, let us continue this update. I'm sorry. Um, I tried. I'll never stop trying. I'll fix this. All of it. I love you. Damn it. Shit. Shit. I'm... I'm okay. I clench my eyes shut, gasping for breath. At my side, a gentle but firm voice washes over me. You are all right. Listen to my voice. Breathe. Slowly now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And count. In. 1. I try to follow his guidance, ignoring the blood coursing through my body and the terrified sweat dripping down my forehead. And out. In. 2. And out. In. 3. Focusing on my breaths, I force the nightmare, the rage, from my thoughts. Just a dream, nothing more. They can't hurt me. They can't touch me. They won't. I open my eyes. I'm outside Aeon's hut, sat cross-legged beside Nitro. Even when I awoke in a startled panic, he barely even flinched from his meditative pose. I'm all right. I look to my left and see the Blackrunner's ears flick. He remains still as a statue, eyes gently shut. Sorry, must have dozed off. Then it's working. Damn it. I really thought that I was over the nightmares. After one day? No. They'll come in waves. After wiping the cold sweat from my forehead, I lean backwards on the grass and shake my head. I don't think that I'm cut out for this stuff. Nitro cracks his neck, then rises to his feet. Keep at it. The black zones aren't a place for feeling of rage. Yeah, just don't think meditation is the answer. Thanks for trying, though. All the same, keep practicing. It's a skill. I nod, looking away glumly. You need time. Grief has an order. It must be respected. Where there's pain, there was once love. And what if you couldn't grieve? What if those memories were too painful? I can't do it. I shake my head, gritting my teeth. I won't. This is all I have now. There are always other paths, Alex. You'll find the strength to move on, to forgive. Forgive? I stare up at him. My species, my family, was hunted and tortured. I was burned for trying to save them. And I won't betray them by forgiving. Nitro's nostrils flare thoughtfully. He nods in understanding, then reaches out a hand. I never said the path would be easy. I take it, letting him pull me to my feet. I really appreciate your advice. Us Blackrunners should all take care of one another. Tragically, not every trauma can be resolved with tea. I chuckle and look ahead, spotting Aeyon and Mylo leaning over the bonnet of the Zephyr car. Upon it rests the exotech tablet that belonged to Wyatt, the back carefully removed and the internal electronics exposed. Aeon is tampering carefully with it, whilst Mylo watches closely in awe. Introducing the boy to Aeon seemed to be a wise move. They're getting on well and have a similar aptitude for technology. Bite, let's speak. Bite, answer me. You can't ignore me forever, friend. Don't count on it. He can be pretty stubborn. I can't imagine who he learned that from. Nitro trails off slowly, his brow tensing. He seems troubled. You okay? I'm being watched. What do you mean? The canine smirks and nods his head to the side. I follow the gesture to the curious culprit, who has his emerald eyes locked on Nitro. Caught your attention, lad? Are you the blind one? No, just Nitro. You're lying. Ouch, that's cold. The tiger holds 4 of his fingers up. How many fingers am I holding up? Mylo. What? I'm only asking. 4. 4 fingers. Huh, seriously? I'll make him an exception if it's for something funny. Mylo plunges his hands into his hoodie pocket. How many now? None. No fingers. What do I win? Aw, I really thought you were him. A new record, the fastest I've ever disappointed anyone. Have you ever met him? The real blind one? I have. What's he like? He's a prick. Oh. Trust me, little acolyte. He'd disappoint you as well. Nitro winks at me, or rather at Bite. But you are a Blackrunner. I am. Ever killed a demon? Mylo. Aw, come on. I'm just asking. Only 2 of us have ever managed that. I turn, suddenly interested. Really? Who? Aya, Loken's mentor, well before my time. Whoa, he never mentioned. She must have been one hell of a Blackrunner. Who was the other? You. Mylo immediately gawps at me. I blush. How? Is that why your face got fucked up? That's not... It's complicated. I'll tell you when you're older. Fine. Disappointed, Mylo meanders back to the car beside Aeyon. He yawns, then rubs his eyes vigorously. I frown. He's been yawning a lot this morning, and he seems more sluggish than usual. I step over to him. You alright? What? You're exhausted. What's up? The youngster lowers his voice. I'm just tired. I keep having bad dreams. Nitro's ears flick, despite Mylo's efforts to keep the conversation between him and I. Can't have you focused if you're having nightmares. Have you told the healers? Yeah, I tried some of the sleeping aid thing from them. Tasted like a dead cow's nostril juice. Ah, Dawn Lily. Thought maybe it was something that I was eating. I was thinking of trying Ed's new diet. And what does the young otter's diet entail? He's only allowed to eat things that have fallen from the trees by themselves. It's more natural. So far, he's eaten 7 types of berries, 3 pine cones, and an owl. I just laugh. You're full of shit. He grins, shrugging. I'm starting to enjoy his shenanigans. It's certainly entertaining. You mentioned these dreams before. How often do you get them? I don't know. Every few days? They're not really dreams, more like, I don't know, feelings? Feelings like a chasm, no? Sense of infinity? Danger? Uh, kinda. Yeah, like, I'm in trouble from something. I don't know. It happens during the day sometimes, too. What happens in these dreams? Most times I can't remember. I just wake up scared, sometimes being chased, sometimes I'm burning. I glance to Nitro, who seems to sigh in sympathy. Do you know something about this? I have them too. It's a Blackrunner affliction, quite rare. The Four gives you a connection to the Black Zones, boy. It's in your power to look within them clear of thought. But they can see you too, even here, even now, and you feel it every time their eye locks onto you, a shiver down your spine, a cloud on the mind. How do we stop it? You don't. Mylo winces, clearly unnerved. So, I'll have nightmares forever? We all do. He looks crushed. I pat his shoulder to try and comfort him. Hey, don't worry, buddy. We'll figure this out. Come on, Nitro. There has to be a way. Poor guy needs to sleep. The older Blackrunner regards Mylo curiously. You want to be a Blackrunner? Mylo puffs his chest out, feigning confidence. Yes. What kind of Blackrunner? A good one. Then you'll be delving into an abyss of secrets even you won't ever fully understand. It's part of you, even now. Embrace it. Learn to relish it. The shiver is everything. Use it. Mylo seems baffled by the wisdom, but nods nonetheless. Breaking the somber mood, Aeyon brings the re-established tablet over wearing an annoyed scowl. Bad news, very bad. She's dead. Who's dead? The device, the computer, the tablet. Dead, I say. Dead, dead. And so young. It needs power, it does. Electricity. So, you just use the right cable. That's how those are charged. I spot Nitro smirking curiously, nose twitching in Mylo's direction. I grin, somewhat proud. Aeyon flips the tablet over. Sure enough, on its underside is a small charging port. Afraid not, afraid not. We've got no cable that fits here. No, no. You'll have to find one in the Black Zone, you will. I'll get one. Like, fuck you will. Psst. I'm heading in tomorrow anyway. I can see if there's anything that'll work. I'm coming with you. You're staying here. But no way are you ready for the Black Zones yet. Let me handle this, Mylo. The boy folds his arms and pouts grumpily. Someone's gotta watch your back. You're still missing half your face. Aeyon clears his throat. Mylo, my boy. You have a knack for the old knowledge, you do. Why not stay with me tomorrow instead? There's plenty of old salvage here. There is. Invent something. Invent! Mylo's face lights up. For real? Of course, of course. Got a spark you have. Bright, very bright. Brightest I've seen. Bold statement. An assessment is in order. Assessment? You claim the boy has a talent for the craft. Set him loose on the trove of salvage and see what he can do. You should see what he did with a couple of pipes and some stones. Nitro frowns at Mylo, who just blushes and shrugs modestly. Don't keep me in suspense, lad. It's just a slingshot. Ah, impressive, impressive. One day you'll... Hey, come on. It wasn't just a slingshot. It was a crossbow with a functioning trigger. Pistol size. Never seen a mechanism like it. As Nitro beams, Mylo shrinks modestly. It's pretty cute. If the Black Zones can learn fear, I'm sure you'll be the one to teach them it. Ah, then let's see. Let's see. Let Mylo stay here. Let him build. Let him. I'll help. I will. I will. Sure about this, Aeyon? I smirk, shooting the boy a wink. Mylo can be a real asshole. He just laughs. I'll be good, I promise. Don't make promises you can't keep, little guy. Nah, I mean it this time. I won't let you down. I ruffle his head hair. You can never do that. You're not gonna lose any more of your face in the black zone, are you? I'll be careful. Promise. Don't make promises you can't keep, asshole. Smartass. We're interrupted. From behind Aeon's hut, Caius's unmissable height marches towards us wearing his usual staunch expression. What's he doing here?
Can't be good. Guard up. He isn't friendly with Aeyon, remember?
As the tiger approaches, I place myself subtly between him and Aeon. Where's Loken? He ignores me for a moment, head turning to Aeon's half-built automobile. We're silent as the chieftain drifts over it, his gaze turning sour. Quite the contraption. He reaches out to stroke his finger along the rusty bonnet. Off! Devoid of all hesitation, Aeon rushes past me and slaps the tiger's hand away. No touching! No. Fragile machine, this! Fragile! There is an uncomfortable pause. Caius stares. Mylo and Nitro are silent. Then the tiger just smiles. Imagine my surprise. Caius spots Mylo. And who's this little warrior? I glare, stepping between them. Watch it. He's mine. Behind me, Nitro contains a smirk. I cringe, realizing what I just said. You're so embarrassing. Agreed, young one. I just meant I'm responsible for him. That's all. Don't be Loken, Alex. We already have a Loken. His name is Loken. You are not Loken. Whatever. My sister asked me to fetch you a Nitro. Come on. Loken is waiting, too. What's this about? Blackrunner business, supposedly. Awesome! Let's go! Mylo naively charges forwards. I throw my arm out to catch him. No. But let Nitro and I handle this. Bitch. I'm proud of it. Stay with Aeon. But I have school. You're excused. I'll tell Dravonia that I want you here. This is craft training. It's more important. Aeon will be a far better teacher for you. For real? Fuck yeah! Aeon pats Mylo's shoulder, tugging him gently back towards the rusted Zephyr car. Just us then, lad. Just us. Let's see what you make of the vehicle. Let's see. You'll be safe here, Alex. Safe with me. Yes. Thanks, Aeon. I smile, watching the two of them chatter excitedly to one another as they turn away. Follow. Caius gestures gruffly for us to follow, Nitro gathering his walking stick, letting me go first. We're hurtled through the bustling crowds of the Draconi village, the tribeswomen parting as Caius leads the way, just as they would to me. The tense hush between us is broken only by Nitro, and the crisp tapping of his sing stick on the ground. Despite his disability, he navigates the pathways extremely well. He seems just as happy moving around here as he does using his wit within the black zones. I'm guessing this is about whatever Dravonia wanted to see Loken for this morning. He must consider it urgent enough to bring us in, too. I'm interested to know what my sister is plotting myself. Beware curiosity, Caius. Never heard the expression? Caius grumbles irritably. A Blackrunner's affairs. Nothing worse than the tight lips of yours. What? I'm not being condescending. I'm far too busy thinking about important things that you wouldn't understand. I contain a laugh as Caius rolls his eyes. However, I detect a glimmer of amusement in his eye. He clearly enjoys Nitro's sass as much as I do. Out of nowhere, Caius turns and regards Nitro mid-stroll. It's been a while. It has. Keeping well. Fine, all things considered. You two know each other well? Only in passing. Aw, and here I thought that we were super best friends. Loken will be devastated. Caius's eye flicks to me. I offered Nitro lodging for a night, a long time ago. He was searching for... what was it? A corpse? A dead automonk, near your land. Does that happen a lot? More than you'd think. Nitro and I both stare at Caius. Eventually, the tiger rolls his eyes in irritation. In case it wasn't obvious, no. I didn't kill them. I never? If I had, I'd have claimed the glory. A dead automonk calls for celebration. And yet, we need them. No, we don't. And here we go. What they do isn't for preservation's sake. It is a selfish monopoly. Ah, yes. So let's fix that by killing them all. It's not the worst idea. Close, though. It's a solution. Look at this place. He wildly gestures around at the buildings, pointing out the interconnected solar panels, electric heaters, and functioning light bulbs. See all this? I can't see a thing. The old knowledge infests this place. It's nauseating. You're in dire need of a hobby. Consider drinking tea. Tea is revolting. Sacrilege! Come on, Caius. You have to admit, things would suck even more without the automonks keeping bits of technology going. You're not seeing the problem, Alex. Alright, enlighten me. Oh boy, you shouldn't have asked. The fault lies with knowledge, not technology. I could use the Draconi heaters, but I could never fix them, maintain them, build them. Praise them for sharing their precious Zephyr tech, but the automonks will die before letting the knowledge slip between their fingers. It's all about control, Alex. So long as we use their technology, we need their knowledge. Control. Lo and behold, they have it. They've even the audacity to pull the strings on Blackrunners. I believe you have some experience there. I remain quiet, not willing to satisfy him with the answer. Ignore whatever pathetic justification my sister makes. The day they stop maintaining all the technology she's thrown around, the Draconi will starve. I'll let my people burn before groveling to the old knowledge. It dulls the will to survive and de-skills the strong. The only reason nothing has ever been done is that nobody wakes up in the morning willing to give enough of a shit to deal with it. No one except you. How did that go again? Caius bares his teeth at Nitro threateningly. Know your limits. The canine raises his hands and shrugs with a fair enough sentiment. Don't let this blind dog sway you, Alex. The automonks are the purest of evils. Elila is banality and ignorance, and it's by their design. The sooner we bite the hand that feeds, the sooner we're free. I've missed your bubbling charisma, Caius. I know you get a lot of hate, but personally, I don't think you get enough. Then my convictions stand assured. You know damn well where the clans would be without the old knowledge and the salvage that we find, tearing each other to pieces for scraps. Don't act like the Riptide is an exception. We are the exception. We reject the old knowledge, and my clan thrives. Ah, ignoring the dissidents in your ranks, the deserters, the upstarts that you execute on, what is it? A weekly basis? You're exaggerating. My point still stands. Your exception has a price of its own. Labor till death, dusk to dawn, or face the judgment of Caius. Life without the old knowledge isn't better than life with it. It's categorically worse. Good. Hardships force the weak to grow strong. It's a progression. Alex. I blink, somewhat snapped out of a trance. I've only been half listening. What? You agree with Nitro, I assume? I'd be surprised. You're more sense than I ever took you for. I don't answer for a moment. Nitro's ears flick, curious for my response. I already know exactly what my thoughts on the matter are. Doesn't matter what I think. Doesn't matter what any of us think. The Cascade did this. The Black Zones did this. All of it. I don't give a shit about the Automonks. My people are massacred, and the clans erased them from history. Now the world is falling apart. Hardly anyone wants to do anything about it. All they care about is salvage. I'm here for the Black Zones. I'm here to fix things. That's it. Caius grunts. I detect the hint of a smirk curling in his corner of his jaw. I'd expect nothing less of Loken's acolyte. Nitro's brow is tense, but he quickly forces a smirk when I imagine that he senses me looking. Just don't turn into another mopey bastard, Alex. If you get too moody, I highly recommend disagreeing loudly with everything Caius says. It never stops being funny. I smirk, much to the tiger's annoyance. Could be a fun hobby, I'll admit. All fun and games until someone loses an eye. And then it's just fun and games that someone can't see. Even Caius can't stop himself chuckling. The hall is deserted, and at its end sits Dravonia in the chieftain's seat, massaging her forehead in deep thought. She seems troubled. Next to her, Loken is speaking in a hush, arms folded. His stubborn scowl seems tamer than usual. Something's wrong. As a door clacks open, with our entrance, Dravonia's eyes us from between her fingers, then stands up. Loken nods to me, then joins Nitro and guides him closer. Kai scowls at his sister. You emptied the place? This isn't to be heard by anyone else. Dravonia regards us all, lowering her voice somewhat. I'm sure you've all noticed the Amnaki are here. Hard to miss them. You can smell the shit on their fur 6 leagues away. They're here under the guise of trade, but really, their chieftain has delivered a message to me. It was dire. You didn't share this before? I'm sharing it now. Why wait? I wasn't sure that I believed it. During the night, I went to consult with the Ottomonks about the matter. You shared this with them before us? Are you an ounce short of sense? You would have insisted on coming along. We both know that's a stupid idea. He just grumbles. Agreed. Afterwards, I wanted to consult with Loken privately. He's agreed to bring Alex and Nitro in on this too. And you, brother. This is a Blackrunner matter, but you should know. What we're about to discuss must not leave this room. There is a tense pause. You have our word. And mine. Goes without saying. Dravonia turns to Loken. He whines. The Amnaki have told us that a mating troop has been attacked. My heart clenches. Oh gods, Loken, was it? This was not Orion's troop. He is okay. I breathe a sigh of relief. Why would anyone attack a mating troop? They're the only thing keeping the population up. This is a matter for the wardens. Blackrunners shouldn't interfere with Ashlander affairs. Ashlanders weren't behind this. There was a single survivor. The Amnaki tried to bring them here, but the poor bastard ran off. Why? They are saying that this survivor was not thinking right. He was afraid. Not afraid. Broken. Utterly insane. Barely forming coherent sentences. There's no way to break this gently, so I'll just come out and say it. He claims a demon attacked his troop. My eyes widen. A demon? But why were they traveling without a Blackrunner guide? It's hardly the first time a troop has crossed into Black Zone by mistake. No, they did not do this. I'm sorry? The attack was happening near Razorback lands. It was outside of the Black Zone. There is a tense silence. Loken, are you saying... I am. Truly? Yes. That's impossible. Yes. The Ottomonks agree. They're adamant that a mistake has been made. Mistake? Kais angrily turns to Nitro, Loken, and I. You 3 have all seen the negative ones with your own eyes, no? Seen, not quite being the right word in my case, but yes, we have. Because I was under the impression that their presence is entirely beyond reproach. I shiver. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Then explain how those lying fucks think that somebody could possibly confuse a -1 with anything else. The survivor had been drinking. There was Dawn sugar on his fur. He could have still been under the influence. There's no drug in the world powerful enough. Caius is right. When a demon is near, you know. Still, the attack happened at night. It was quick. The Automonks assured me that witnesses didn't see what they thought they saw. So they're blaming Ashlanders. They are. Shh. Typical Automonk lies. Is it? Imagine, it's the dead of night. You wake up drunk and delirious to your tent on fire and your companion slaughtered. Demon or not, it would have been traumatic. The survivor could have easily drawn a hasty conclusion in such a state. That is outrageous. You heard Nitro. No one is stupid enough to mistake an Ashlander attack for a -1. The distinction is night and day. And since when do Ashlanders' raids leave survivors as rambling lunatics? As always, the Automonks continue to baffle all logic by spewing audacious volumes of shit. That's why I needed to consult with Loken, get his view. You'll be delighted to know that he shares the same view. I do not think that this survivor could make this mistake. Alex, your views? I don't feel entirely qualified to answer. I've only been here a week and a half. But still, I have thoughts. I've seen 2 demons. One of them taunted me from the border. The other fucked me up in ways that I couldn't describe. A third one left me a message. These things aren't like us, Chief. They aren't like anything. If you see one, you just know. They violate the very soul just by existing. There is more to this story. We eye Loken curiously. I can easily read the doubt creeping over his brow. A horrible sense of dread is starting to swell in the back of my mind, like water reaching a slow boil. The survivor is saying that they saw this demon. They were hearing it speak. They understood the words. Nitro's frown darkens. Speaking? That's new? I don't know. The 2 that I saw were pretty talkative. Yes, they've always been verbose, like madams. But with words? That makes sense? What was it saying? Only 2 things, over and over. They are saying that it was screaming this as the troop was slaughtered. Fix it. Fix the key. Fix it. Fix the key. Oh no. The dread, boiling over, seizes me. My heart feels clenched by a fist. I stare at Loken, who returns my worried glare. Caius breaks the silence first. He turns to me, eyes narrowed. Don't suppose you've broken anything lately? Could I be? When I shattered the algorithm, is that what's caused this? My head churns, fighting with the possibility that such a thing could be possible. But then, an even worse possibility occurs to me, one that turns my blood cold. When? When did this happen? The attack? Everyone stares at me. I'm not hiding my concern well. You know something, Alex? I'm just asking. This was happening the night before last, when the moon was high. The night before last? But I created those glyphs last night. So the attack happened before. An entire day before. Relief floods me. That's good. Very good. They didn't cause this. They couldn't have. In that case, it has to be the algorithm breaking. What else could it be? Loken gives me an anxious side glance, clearly arriving at the same conclusion. This is impossible. We're talking about a breach here. A breach. You all understand the ramifications of what you're suggesting? Yes, a breach has never happened. The demons cannot leave the black zones. And yet, here we are. My sister has told Loken over and over, you don't fully understand the black zones. None of you do. You're the leading wisdom on them now? No, but I've met a lot of Blackrunners. Some have shared their secrets. Secrets none of you could dream of. Yes, each of us has secrets, those little corners of the ocean that we discover of our volition. We all learn our own piece of the whole puzzle. One wonders why your kind doesn't unite and assemble the entire puzzle. You might be better prepared for incidents like this. For the same reason that you don't stare into an open abyss like a drooling imbecile. Because it is always staring back. There would be consequences to this. And we should accept them with grace, if that's what the final task entails. But a breach? No, it's fantasy. Your final task seems to have hit a snag. What was that negative one talking about? What needs to be fixed? I know you have an inkling. I open my mouth to reply, but hesitate. It's enough to tell Caius all he needs to know. You can deny it to the stars, Alex, but not to me. Whatever you've done out there, here are the consequences. A Zephyr who lived. Don't pretend the Black Zones are beyond reacting to that. The first time that you went into the Black Zones, the negative ones went berserk. People died. And now, the night after you recover from whatever affliction took you, we have a new situation. Do you or do you not know how to fix this? We're not here to discuss the consequences of a Blackrunner's duties. Everything has consequences. Walking across this very room would have the consequence of being on the other side of the room. I trust in Loken, Alex, and Nitro. If anyone can navigate this situation, it's them. How do we proceed, brother? If this breach is the truth of things, no one can know about it. The tiger turns his admonishing scowl to all three of us, Loken, Nitro, and myself. Whatever you did out there, you need to fix it. Now. No, it is not being that simple. We cannot be sure what has occurred. A breach is not a thing that can happen. Loken, entertain for a moment the possibility. A breach has occurred. Collectively, you three are the finest Blackrunners in Elila. But if you can't explain this, then you're clearly missing something. So find out what really happened, even if it means assembling part of that puzzle that you're so afraid of. Like it or not, it seems to be coming together by itself. Loken grunts. We will determine the true nature of this attack. Meanwhile, Kais and I will handle the clan side of things. I don't care what it takes. We cannot have demons leaving the Black Zones under any circumstances. That could change everything. Agreed. Whatever it takes. Kai's eye looks at me. He seems to glare discreetly. Fix it, Alex. We've left the hall, Nitro, Loken, and I. My stomach boils in uncertainty, guilt, shame, and relief. Damn it, I shouldn't be feeling that. What I discovered last night is dangerous. I know that. But it didn't cause this mess. The times don't add up. The secret is safe. It needs to be. I need it to be. But the churning dread floods back as I remember the algorithm. That was when the attack happened. That same night that I broke it. That same damn night. It can't be a coincidence. So, was I responsible? Or was I? Fuck. Nitro sits meditatively upon the ground, the tall auburn grass delicately grazing his fur in the wind. His eyes remain shut. Behind him, Loken is pacing in thought. I'm stood still, staring into the tranquil distance, a far cry from my state of mind. Caius and Dravonia are still in the hall. Alex. He finally breaks the silence, his tone somber. Come on, Loken. Fix the key? What else could it mean? We do not know this. We know that they can track the algorithm. When I tapped into it, that thing's message was hung up for us by morning and knew exactly where we were.
Let's not forget Rhinestone. When we took the algorithm in the first place, they came for us, straight away.
These things were linked to it somehow. How could destroying it not set them off? I growl in anguish, grasping at my head with despair. Fuck, what have I done? Besides, as Nitro remains still, his eyes flicker, but don't open. Alex, this was not your choice. Glitch was the one forcing you to break this algorithm. I'm the one who took it in the first place. We are needing to know where you have come from. But you warned me not to take it. I did, but I was afraid for you. Only you. Alex, when we rested on our journey to the Devil's Crag, you were telling me that I should not be afraid of the consequences to these things. You are correct. We must be cautious, but this is not meaning that we must abandon the path. If we are not doing this, the Black Zones will never be understood. They will never be beaten. This is our path. You have reminded me of that. I force a smile, grateful for his understanding, but still racked with guilt. Maybe. Maybe there's no right answer. I should have, I don't know, done things differently.
Alex, if you hadn't broken the algorithm, then Glitch would have used you as a vessel for more ascendancy. Even if this turns out to be a real breach, it's still preferable to that. You probably saved all of Elila.
From his quiet meditative perch, Nitro finally stands. Bite's right. It was the only play. Nitro, tell me what you are thinking about this breach. For a moment, the wise Blackrunner says nothing. His shoulders rise and fall like gentle ocean tides. I am unsure.
Maybe the Auto monks were right. The troop just crossed into the Black Zone by mistake. It's the simplest explanation.
No, it's not a thing that you can mistake.
Maybe for you Blackrunners, people without the Four would mistake a solar eclipse for a Black Zone mischief.
I doubt it. An eclipse is natural. The Black Zones are not. They cause the very mind to rebel. But still, something is off about all of this. I can't place it. Let's be generous and assume these demons are drawn to the algorithm. So we can also assume that they sensed the moment that it was broken. Let's be even more generous and assume, by some means, that they could even exit the Black Zones. What will they do the moment that they feel it break?
Investigate the place that it was broken.
Precisely.
But that's not what they did.
Instead, one of them slaughters a mating troop far out of the way, screams a cryptic message, and then just leaves. Nitro, you are speaking with Bite? I am not hearing what he is saying. Apologies. Just considering a theory. Do not try and explain the actions of demons. You cannot do this. They do not make sense. But the algorithm does. It has logic. It's not like them, even if it's made of the same stuff. What if the algorithm was what kept them in there in the first place?
But how? The thing wasn't even assembled when we found it. It only came to life after we put it together.
You see, it doesn't make sense. Enough. The talk of this being a breach is not correct. Demons cannot do this. Or maybe they can. Nitro's unseeing eyes wander to the glowing horizon. His jaw tightens. Maybe they always could. His voice quietens. I detect something unnerving in his voice, something I never thought Nitro would be capable of. Fear. Nitro. No. It's just a theory, Loken. What theory? Something I've wondered about my vision. Inside the Black Zones, I can see. But outside, I'm blind. Where did I get that from? There's a thought that always comes back, like a spark. I can't shake it. That it's a trait that I share with these infants. I'm not sure I'm following. Imagine if there were some aspects of the Black Zones that they need. Something that's kept them in there all this time. Something important. A safety. A necessity. Just as a shark needs the ocean. As we need the air, or food. Or vision. He gulps. But even sharks can breach the surface. Just for a while. You think that they can leave the Black Zones? They just won't? Nitro nods, slowly and solemnly. That be all the safety of the borders, the ignorance of the clan, all of it a lie. I am not agreeing with this theory.
It's a bleak thought, but not unfounded. We know ascended demons aren't limited to the Black Zones.
Ascended demons aren't the same as infants.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I scratch my head, trying to fathom all the possibilities, but it's maddening. There's no way to prove any of it. All we have is useless, bitter speculation. N- no, no. This is. That can't be right. Remember the night that we rescued Mylo? That infant was right there, at the border. It didn't step over. The moment that he was safe, it ran off. If they could step out, even for a split second, it would have just killed us right there. Then we conclude that whatever it is that the Black Zones have that kept them in there, its pull is strong. No one likes stumbling about where they're blind. You do. Because I learned. Why couldn't they? I'm only entertaining the possibility. I hate to admit it, but I think we're missing something important. Another piece of the puzzle. In my mind, a thought occurs. It's an ugly one, but I nervously decide to broach it. Maybe. Maybe Caius knows something? Nitro and Loken glare at me. Caius? No. Couldn't hurt. Where did that come from? Caius wants to help. Help how? He's not a Blackrunner. He wants justice for Alira. He wants to know where the demons come from as much as we do. I don't believe that. Caius was wanting you dead. He is not wanting to provoke the Black Zones further. Exactly. He's an idealist with an agenda that's grounded in fear. He punishes those who even dare bringing anything out of the Black Zone. He wants nothing to do with them. People like him don't just change. Why not? He listened to Illyra when she was informed. For days. She's told him things. Nonsense, no doubt. Alex, Caius is incredibly dangerous. Caius will seek opportunities to get what he wants if he joins us in this path. If we are disagreeing with his choices, it is not a fight that we can win. You said it yourself. We don't have enough pieces of the puzzle to figure out what might have happened. What if Alira told them the missing piece?
For real, Alex, Caius is a bitch.
Come on, Bite. We should be using everything that we have for this.
Too bad. He is a bitch.
I agree. Caius is a bridge too far.
More like a bitch too far.
The handling of this breach, if that's what really happened, needs to stay between us three.
Ahem.
Apologies. 4. I am agreeing. We will not involve Caius in this matter. I grumble, keeping my thoughts to myself. Only our chieftain may know of what we discover. No, we keep Dravonia out of this too. Explain? Nitro shoots him a sympathetic glare. She is no less deadly than her brother, Loken. You know that. Deadly how? She's on our side. Nitro grimaces. I don't think that you understand how brutal the Saber Wars were, Alex. There are rumors about her. I frown at Loken, who avoids my eye. These rumors are not true. I know she means a lot to you, but nobody really knows what she's capable of. Say what you want about Caius, but he wears his heart on his sleeve. He'd never stab you in the back.
No, he just stabbed you in the face. Repeatedly.
Elegantly put, demon.
Eat ass, dog.
He really doesn't like me, does he? He's just slow to trust. Took him time to warm up to Loken, too. I don't think he's comfortable with you being able to hear him, and he doesn't like being called demon. That's fair. Nitro stands up, straight, turning to us with resolve. All right, I'm gonna visit the Razorbacks. I want to see where this breach took place. Nitro, I will do this task. No, I want to use my wit. If an infant was really there, I'll know. Besides, you're too injured to travel. I am fine. and you still always scowl when you lie. Loken whines. We should all go. Absolutely not. You need to keep an eye on Loken and find the means to charge Wyatt's computer. Seriously? This is more urgent than a cable. It's not. That human is a part of this mess. We need to know who he was and his connection to you. He might have something to do with the algorithm. So you can handle that piece of the puzzle. I'll handle this one. Yeah, you're alright. Nitro turns to Loken. I could use a guide to the nearest border. Once I'm there, I'll find my own way. Loken nods. You are ready now? It is not far. Then let's not waste time. Loken marches over to me, reaching up and stroking my hair. Alex, I will travel with Nitro to the Black Zone border. I will then return here. Alright, big guy. Any idea when you'll be back, Nitro? Save for any dramas? Tomorrow. I run fast. Alright, I'll find the cable and get us into Wyatt's computer. Promise. Good. Remember, it's your first solo run. The last 2 times we had a task. No time for dawdling. This time, you should look closely at everything. You and Bite. We need a Zephyr's and a demon's eyes on those ruins. I bet that there are secrets lying right in the open that you'll spot straight away. Things we've been blind to for centuries. I nod, feeling sure of myself with his reassurance. I'll see what I can find. Excellent. Set out at first light in the morning. I believe you and Loken have plans tonight, anyway. The two of us flinch. We, maybe? How do you know about that? You two aren't subtle. If a blind man noticed, half the clan probably knows. Loken growls, folding his arms with indignation. It is a Zephyr custom. Only this and nothing more. Quit stealing my line. No, it is my line. I said it first. No. Yes. No, it is mine. Nope. Mine. I snicker, watching them bicker like old friends. You guys never tell me how you first met. It is a fun tale. When this drama is over, remind me to bore you with it over tea. I'll prepare the teacups. Marvelous. Loken, shall we? Loken gazes out into the distance, his brow furrowing. Alex, you will be okay? Yeah, meet you back at the lodge in a bit? Okay. Before leading Nitro off, he steps over to me and tugs me into his grasp. I smirk, reaching around to pat him on the back and grinding my face into his chest fur. His tail flicks happily. Alex, do not worry about these things that have happened today. We do not know the truth of things. Nitro will determine what has happened to this mating troop. He will discover that it was not a demon. And if it was? We will see. I reach up and cup his muzzle, tugging him down to my level. There I plant a quick, neat kiss onto his snout. See you soon. Okay. Nitro, come. I will direct you to the nearest border. Good luck tomorrow, Alex. A Blackrunner's first dive is always the best. Savor it. I smile, nodding. I fully intend to. With a final nod, I watch Loken take Nitro by the arm and lead him off to the Black Zone border. Once we're out of sight, I decide to head back to the lodge to wait for Loken's to return home. I'm trudging back to the village when I pass the hall. Just as the looming structures come into view, the doors grind open and Caius emerges. The saber-tooth rubs his forehead, teeth gritted in dismay. He's alone. I hesitate. Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? Caius! His head shoots up in my direction. I march over.
Oh, come on, Alex.
Relax. I got this.
Don't say anything stupid.
I promise. Caius stares me down. I meet his eye, head craning up to reach his imposing height. What kind of things did Alira say to you? His lips curls. There's a twitch in his eye, something there. A glimmer of triumph, perhaps? It's quickly stuffed out by a somber growl. Despite his eagerness to help, broaching the topic is difficult for him. You'd need to be specific. Anything that stuck out? He's quiet for a moment. As his gaze travels sideways to the dipping sunset, I watch his chest rise and fall with dark tension. Caius? Give me a damn moment. I bit my lip to hold my apology, granting him silence. He looks back at the horizon, eyes shutting. Poetry. Explain? A dismembered song, all of it, cut to ribbons. I couldn't put her words together. Often they weren't words I knew. Another language? He nods. Looks like my mother tongue isn't as dead as I thought. She alluded to particular places, points of interest in Lila. Soulcreek was one. He grinds his teeth, as though recalling the exact words burns him with an agony that he could barely contain. Weight of the dark, the depth, below, the depth, below the peak, the start, the end, everything. I nod. Yeah, that sounds like Soulcreek. I hesitate, wary of pushing him too far too quickly. What about other places? A few spots in the Black Zone. They were dead ends. Dead ends? How do you know that? You went to them? He nods. Wait, personally? No. The moment the words leave his mouth, he growls. Yes. You've been in the Black Zone? Alone? Of course not. I had Blackrunners with me. He suddenly rounds on me, putting on his nastiest scowl and dropping his voice to an aggressive hiss. If you tell Dravonio about this, I break my promise. I just nod. Not a word. There is another pause. I went to 3 of the places that she described. They led nowhere. He shakes his head, voice breaking somewhat. She could have played me for a fool. All of it. I can't help but feel sympathy. He's known loss. A great one. We're not that different. From what I can tell, Soulcreek played the world for a fool. So it's true? Soulcreek is behind the Black Zones? In a sense. He watches me curiously for a moment. I can't fathom that cold stare of his. Is it cordial? Hostile? Somewhere in the middle? Does he still hate me? Maybe. I'm a means to an end for him, a route to some distant closure that he imagines still exists. A fantasy, though I'd never tell him that. Thanks, Caius. He grunts. I've got nothing for you. Yet. But keeping me in mind. I want her avenged. Nothing is stopping me. Yeah, we're really not so different. Fuck. Is this my future? To become bitter and twisted like him? Yeah, pretty much. No. I'll be better. So you'll be twistier and bitterer? Unlike him, I won't fail. I nod and thanks, not wishing to provoke his trauma further, and turn to leave. He says nothing, letting me go.
Honestly, after Glitch, I don't think anyone knows more of the truth than you. Together, me and you might hold the biggest piece of the whole puzzle already.
Maybe. We'll see.
We don't need Caius. I'm confident that we can find more clues by ourselves. Just wait until tomorrow.
What are you expecting?
Anything. It's like Nitro said. The last time that we've been, we were on a mission. One task. But tomorrow, it's just me and you. We can be thorough. Really dig deep. No Loken to hold us back.
Yeah, and we're gonna find out where you came from. I promise.
Thank you, Alex.
Who'd have thought the end of the world could be such a mess? And here I am, stuck in it, feeling crushed by the weight of humanity's fate. I'm the only one left. In the whole world. I can't get what I found in the boneyard out of my head. No one should have suffered that injustice. That pain. make it right. Make them remember what they did. I grit my teeth, shaking my head. No. Damn it. Gotta focus. Forget humanity. Forget the past. I'm a Blackrunner now. Only this and nothing more. It's all gone. Nothing will change that. What's the point? But it's not gone. That's the point. It's not gone. It's just forgotten by everyone. I'm the only one left to remind them. I breathe out, slowly. Gods, take it easy, Alex. You're fine. You're in control. All this rage is just there. I swore that I'd only use it that once, just to break the algorithm. No matter how good it feels. Just think about something else for a bit. Date night tonight, right? Think about that. Tonight is about that present, and the future. It's about Loken. It's like he says, focus on what you've gained. A friend, a clan, a family. It's not all bad. I'll figure this out, somehow. I push the thunder of my mind away and head back to Loken's lodge. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So, something interesting happened, apparently. Getting rid of Glitch was not the only thing that happened when Alex destroyed the algorithm, because apparently that had the unintended side effect of causing demons within Elila to go crazy, I guess. Well, maybe not go crazy, maybe become aware of the fact that the algorithm was completed, but then all of a sudden now it's broken. And I am of the mind that I kind of agree with Nitro. I agree that perhaps the demons weren't so much confined to the black zones, and it was more along the lines of them being unable to see past the black zones. They know where the borders are, and they know that there's probably more beyond the black zone, but they do not have the means in order to see, to perceive anything outside of the black zone. And I kind of feel like that is the case because when Loken and Alex crossed into a black zone, the atmosphere sort of changed. It became oppressive. It almost became sort of like you walked into water, which is where the analogy of like the black ocean, the void, whatever, comes from. So what if it is like the demons are sort of like sharks? They're a predator that lives there, and of course that doesn't come onto land because it can't see, it can't thrive on land. But if it is desperate enough, then maybe it will come onto land. You never know. Anywho, so what are your thoughts? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Soulcreek yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, where there should be a link to the creator's Twitter page, which should have a direct link to the itch.io page where you can download the game and play it there, or you can just go to itch.io yourself and download it from there. For obvious reasons, I can't link at least to this page for itch.io. If they do have a means of support, because I keep forgetting if they have a Patreon or not, I will be linking that down in the description. And if they do, that usually comes with the added benefit of being able to play the updates of Soulcreek before everyone else does, including myself. And every other pertinent link, like my throne, every other little thing will be linked down in the description as usual. So I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.